Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about how to get started on YouTube. A lot of girls lately have been asking me, like, why did you get started in it? How did you find it? How does it all work? Like, how does it just, work for you? So, my experience started about a year and a half to 2 years ago. About 2 years ago. I got on YouTube one day just to find out how to curl my hair with a flat iron. And I was like, there has to be something on there. I've never used YouTube ever before that. So I type in there and I find a few girls that are showing you how to do that, and I was like, oh, well, that makes it makes it a lot easier for me to see how to do it than just like reading about it on Google. So I watched their videos. And then the one girl, I can't remember her name, I don't even believe she's on YouTube anymore, but she had like a makeup video. And I thought, that is the strangest thing. Like, who does makeup? Like, I didn't know people didn't know how to do makeup, or so they were trying to show other people how to do it. I just wasn't sure like what the whole deal was with it. So I watched one of her videos and I'm like, oh, she's really good. And I stayed on YouTube all day, seriously, like all day, watching all these different girls just do makeup. And I'm like, well, I love makeup. I've never thought to show people like what I can do. I've never thought of that before. Then one day I was sitting in my room and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it. Why not? So I get out my camera and I set it up and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have any makeup that these girls have at all. I don't have high-end stuff. I don't have brushes. I had never used a makeup brush in my life. And that is so weird to say now. It is so weird. And so I don't even remember what my very first eyeshadow video I was doing. So I just pulled out one of my Maybelline quads and I used the applicator, and the applicators, they work. I had never used a brush. Never. So I had been applying makeup with a sponge tip applicator probably for 5 to 7 years, around there. And it worked fine. It worked for me. It works. But now I can say I love brushes, and everyone knows I love brushes, and it just does a different technique on your eyes that you can use brushes for. I learned how to make videos with my digital camera and actually know how to edit it. And those turned out a lot better. I have a few older videos and I'm so shy. I talk really quiet and I don't like to look at the camera. I'm shy. It is so weird to sit in your room right now knowing no one's in here and I'm talking directly to a camera. It's so weird. But you will get used to it. And if you talk normal, talk like in your normal voice, not try to be like, oh, I like this, and I don't know. I was so weird when I first started. I was fake, I think. I wasn't very I don't know. I was nervous. So that's how I kind of got started on YouTube, and then it all just shot up from there. I started making better videos, and I think my videos, they still get better each and every time I upload a new one. I still watch other people and I learn different techniques. I don't know. It's all evolved and it's great. It's a fun hobby to do. Okay, so what I think are like the basics for getting started doing makeup tutorials on YouTube is to have just a camera. I mean, it does not have to be an HD $500 digital camcorder or just I don't know where it's at. Just like a digital camera. I used this for the longest time. This is just a Kodak digital camera and you can do videos on it. I used that forever. You have to try to make sure it's a good angle. And I think the #1 rule in my book is to always, 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 always look at the lens. I try so hard to always look at the lens. There are some people on YouTube that have digital camcorders that have the flip screen that flip off to the side and you can see what you're recording on the side of the video. I have that and it is so hard to like not look at myself. Like right now, I'm looking at myself on my little screen, and now I'm looking at you guys, and it's so much better to learn and to talk and to listen to somebody when I'm looking directly at you guys. So try to always look in the lens. I know it's difficult, but it seems a little more personal if you are looking at the lens. Alright, my next tip is lighting. You have to have pretty decent lighting so the color payoff shows off right. Half of your face isn't like shadowed and dark. You just want it to be good. I got a desk in my room with a nice lamp and like extra lamps on both sides, and those work. So if you are going to be like in a room, try to be facing a window so you have natural light hitting you, and then also have like a lamp next to you that's shining up onto you. That works out great too. Next, I'd like to talk to you guys about like your makeup. You do not have to use high-end stuff. You really don't. And when I first started, all I used is drugstore stuff. Completely everything. Maybelline, CoverGirl, Revlon, everything that's at the drugstore. That's all I have really known about until watching other girls on here, and they're like, ooh, go to this website and you can buy this really cool palette, or I only use MAC and that's the only thing I will ever use. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not spending $14 on an eyeshadow, but I will spend $25 on a big palette eyeshadow that will work just as good for me. So I did end up buying the big palette of makeup, and that made my videos more fun, I think. I was more able to have a different variety of colors and looks to go on from there. So keep in mind that you don't have to go spend hundreds of dollars at the department store just to get a lipstick. There is always a dupe out there for a different brand of lipstick that will most likely almost match or be the exact same. Alright, so I just talked about having your makeup collection, just having whatever you can afford and what works for you. Now, when I first started, I did only use drugstore stuff. But now that my makeup collection has evolved and I've become more into makeup is when I felt comfortable enough to go buy like the more expensive stuff. Well, once I got up enough courage to actually spend money on makeup, I went and found a CCO. They have Clinique, MAC, Estee Lauder, Bobbi Brown, Origins, and a few other brands for about 20 to 30% off of their original price. Alright, so I think my last tip to give you guys would be to be yourself. Try to be as normal as possible you can on camera. I remember when I first started, I would say, because I would hear a lot of girls, they'd go, oh my gosh, isn't this color just so gorgeous? And they would always just say that, and I was like, oh, I guess that's how you have to kind of act. I don't know why, but it's ridiculous. So instead of saying, this is so gorgeous, be like, the colors there actually are pigmented, and if you really think they are gorgeous, then go ahead and say it. But don't be fake in your videos. You can tell when some people are being fake, and I have some people that I used to watch, and I can't stand the fakeness anymore, because I just, like, I know you're being fake, and I think a lot of people know you are too. No one is that stinking happy in a video over an eyeshadow. I mean, come on. So be yourself and have fun with it. Try to make your videos informative as much as possible. I used to not do as much, and now I try. I keep my videos pretty short in like the making of like the tutorials. There's some things you don't need to show on camera, and then there's some things that you need to be showing. So I think that's it for my little tips and advice about YouTube and like getting started on YouTube and like what you kind of need to do. So I hope that helps. So if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to ask anymore. I like answering them. I hope this helped. So go ahead and leave a comment below if you have any more, or go ahead and email me. It's totally fine. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.